Welcome to Geometry AP. Tonight we're going to learn about proportions in triangles. So first thing I want you to do is I want you to write down the essential understandings. We have two of them here, so make sure you get those written down and make sure you title your notes of what this section is, 9-5 proportions in triangles. Okay, so we have a few theorems that we need to highlight and write down. So theorem 9-4, I would like for you to have this theorem in your notes and this picture with this information, and same thing down here. So this one says that if RS is parallel to XY, then this piece, XR, is proportional to this piece right here, RW, and YS is proportional to this one. And so we have a little proportional relationship here. We're not really looking at the triangles anymore as much as we're looking at the proportional relationship formed by the parallel lines. This one down here also says that if you have multiple transversals, the parallel lines cut those transversals into proportional parts. Okay, so get those down. And then finally we have the triangle angle bisector theorem, which says that if you have an angle bisector in a triangle, then this piece right here is proportional to this piece, along with this piece right here is proportional to this piece. And so this gives us a different proportion here so that we can set these proportional parts. And so we're going to apply these theorems in different ways in figures. All right, so if I look and I have this figure with the triangle proportionality, we know that since these two lines are parallel, then I can set up a proportion of PK over KM is similar to is equal to NL over LM, and so then I get this proportion. I substitute those values in. I cross multiply, then I start solving, and so then I get x is equal to 3, and I can plug it back in there and check, and everything works out. All right, so here we have a campsite, and it says 3 campsites are shown in the diagram below. What is the length of the site A along the river? So we want to know, does site A have a nice length along the river, or as much as the others do? And so we have the proportional lines that are formed here, because each site has those parallel lines, and so we can know this. Because of the parallel lines, we set proportion, and so we know that let x be the length of the unknown value, and so I'll put that in here so we can see it. This is our unknown, and we know we can set up a proportion. We know that we can have x over 8, and then we can have 9 over 7.2 because of triangle proportionality. When I cross multiply and solve this, and I find that x is equal to 10, and so then I know that there are 10 yards along the river. So it has more riverside, but it doesn't always look the same size. Alrighty. Next one, we have a triangle angle bisector theorem working here. And so the first thing we want to think about is we want to think, okay, PQ bisects angle RSP. So we have proportional parts, and so we can do these proportional parts. And then we can substitute those values in, and when I do, I get these values, 10 over 18 and 12 over x. And then as I do my cross products and solve, I get 10x is equal to 216. And then finally we divide by 10 and we solve, and we get 21.6 is our missing value. All right. So pause the video, but attempt both of these, and then we'll see how you do. Okay, so for this one, you should have x is equal to 7.5, and for this one, you should have x is equal to 3.6. If you get this one wrong, you might want to think about what is this missing value right here. It's not 6, it's not x plus 6, this is actually 6 minus x. So if you didn't put that in your proportion right, that may have been why you didn't get the correct answer. All right, solve the next one. So we got pause the video and do these two. Remember that this is 11. You don't need the 11. You need the part that's over here that's missing, just like in the last one. And same thing down here when you're doing that one. Okay, you should have those done by now. And so the value you should get here is 44 over 13. For this one, you should get 48 over 5. All right, so here we got a couple more to do. All right, I'll just give you a hint here that when you're working these, all right, when you're working this one, you need to find the length of this side using the bisector theorem. And same thing here, you need this piece right there using the bisector theorem before you go and find the x value, which is here and here, using the triangle proportionality. So when you do these three, you can check your answers. If you have any problem with these, which I think you might have a problem with the last two, you can come and ask when you get to class. You probably may have a little bit of problem with this first one too, but you should at least have the setups and start working the processes out so I can help you finish those processes out when you come to class. Okay, should be done with these three. And so here's one, there's two, and there's three. These are our three different answers you should have. So when you're done with those, you can, if you didn't get these values, you can ask when you come to class. And that's the end of our video.